Welcome back, Stash Nation, Real Talk Radio San Diego. ESPN Radio 1700, we got you locked down every Tuesday from 10 a.m. until noon. Your host, Jesse Ibanez, flanked by my main slice, Jennifer Root.
Good morning, San Diego. We have Loran Kelley lll in the studio with us today, sharing the Heels and Wheels event that is happening this Saturday, October 17th.
Step
exactly.
and repeat. Yep.
And we have background dancer Jesse right now. If you guys could see these moves, you would be blown away.
And you actually can, if you're over at the Twitter handle at Follow the Stash, because we're streaming this live right now. You can actually ask Loran Kelley lll any question that you got for him as well.
Yes, indeed. Have we had any questions come in? I know we have some community listeners out there, so I wanted to give the Solana Beach Chamber of Commerce a shout out. I just got an email from the executive director that she's listening in. So hello, Nicole and Mac at the Solana Beach Chamber. We love you guys over here. And wanted to talk to Loran a little bit more about this event and the details on Saturday. We have some amazing guests coming out, some celebrities. So who do we have? We have a supermodel coming.
Right, Kate Garrett. Kate is a well-known model in Los Angeles. She did a big charity event a couple weeks ago for the Boys and Girls Club. And she contacted me and said, hey, I want to help out. I want to be a part of this. And here's a woman that can go out and make a lot of money doing what she's doing, but she's coming down and offering and volunteering her time. And you
That's
can
cool.
go, if you go to Facebook, you'll see Kate Garrett. You'll see who she is. She's amazing. And that's what I mean about great people coming together. So people say, well, how do you meet good people? Find a good charity that you like, support something good, and good things happen.
Swim where good people swim.
Absolutely, right?
I love that. I love that. And now the Facebook page, is that Heels and Wheels, or is that the No More Silence Facebook page?
Well, if you wanted to see Kate Garrett, you can go to her Facebook page, Kate Garrett. But she's got the Heels and Wheels charity event all over her Facebook page. But if you go to nomoresilence.org, you'll be able to see everything on the Heels and Wheels event.
Excellent. And also, there's another very special guest that will be there on Saturday. Would you like to tell us about your niece that will be there?
Yeah, well, I'm really excited about this because she was 9 years old when she lost her mom. Her mom was brutally murdered here in San Diego. And so you have a young girl growing up without a mom. And this is where, you know, the city of San Diego and people all over the world can really come in and just say, hey, just buying a ticket, coming in to see what does a person like that look like today. So now we're talking about she's 20 years old now. She's going to college and she's modeling. And the surprise is she's actually going to be a model in the fashion show.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm really proud of her, really excited. So you'll get to see how beautiful she is inside and out. And only imagine that, you know, a little girl growing up without a mom and having to find their way through that, how that is. And when you see how beautiful she is inside and out and where her spirit is, you're going to go, wow, what an amazing story.
And what a lucky girl that right next to her fallen mom was you, to be able to help shepherd her up through that. I mean, that's what this is all about, right? I mean, you mentioned it earlier, you know, the impetus and the spark being one person at a time, one great person at a time, you know, changing the mark and the course of the influence of that thing that they couldn't control and turning it into something that they could.
You know, absolutely, because you know, when you have something negative like that, you've got to somehow shake it off and get rid of it. And either you can or it'll just eat you alive. And so it took me a while to figure that out. But now, you know what, this is not about a sad story. This is about new beginnings and life and being happy and sharing this new technology and making a difference. And we can't keep blaming our past.
Right.
We've got to move forward and make a difference by keep creating new innovative things to help people.
Well said.
That's very well said. That's a beautiful thing. It reminds me of the saying, be the change. You know, really.
Gandhi.
Yeah, absolutely. Bringing it back old school to some Gandhi.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I don't know if I can do the pose. If you wanted me to do like the interpretive
try it.
dance.
Let's see. I mean, you've been dancing all morning.
Yeah.
But it's so true. You know, it's not enough just to complain about it or brush it aside or to talk about it. To actually get out there and make a difference is a beautiful and inspiring thing. And you're doing it every day, and you're doing it with this event on Saturday. And this is the first one, right? This is the inaugural event on Saturday.
It's the first one. So it's exciting. You know, it's exciting to see the people in San Diego and people all abroad that have come out to support this. And you know what? you never know what's going to happen. You never know who's going to show up. I did hear of someone else that may be attending, but I won't even mention the name. If they do, that's great. But it's just really exciting, and we're going to have a great time. There's going to be a live band performing, DJ performing. So I mean, it's going to be a great time. It's a celebration, celebrating a life and building this new technology to help save men and women all over the entire country.
It's so wonderful. And that brings me to my next point. What does the future hold for No More Silence?
Yeah, well said.
Well, the future is going to hold this, with the envision that I have, is that we're going to keep expanding. We're going to grow. We're going to hopefully have an event coming up in Los Angeles, maybe sometime next year as well. We have a mission that we want to reach out and touch people, but we want to bring in large companies and corporations to sponsor and pay for the technology. Mm-hmm. We want to give away the jewelry, the applications.
Wow. Imagine that.
And one of the great things that I did forget, because I get excited about it in talking about the technology and helping people, is that we're going to put it on credit cards as well. So you could carry a credit card. You'd be able to scan your credit card, take you to the secured website, and then companies could come in and be a sponsor and say, hey, I want to donate a free meal for children after 5, or say Walmart or Target or one of those guys wants to preload it and put money on it, so it would actually look like a credit card, but it's an actual device that will actually be able to help people in domestic violence situations. So that way a perpetrator won't know exactly what you have.
Right.
And so we're building new technology that we're going to put in other applications that I won't share on air today, but it'll be a secret only for those people who are in need or in trouble, in dangerous situations.
Absolutely. So there's support there.
That's amazing.
From the community. There's support there through technology. There's support through your buddy, through the buddy system. Basically, we're making sure that no one is going to get away with a violent act against a woman or a child, or even a man for that matter, because everyone deserves to be loved.
Yeah, they do. You hear people, you understand. My thought was, okay, if you had a brother or if you had a relative and he was a young boy and he slapped a girl or he hit a little girl, are you going to disown that child for the rest of your life? So this is about educating young boys and kids at an early age that, you're going to make mistakes. But as long as you're willing to change and as long as you're willing to put in the work, we have to make sure that we reach out to those people still that have made mistakes. We can't just think we're going to throw them away and of their life. And so my goal and mission is to take all those troubled people, even like the Ray Rices in the world that have done those things, and he might have hit his wife. But you know what? At the end of the day, we can't use him as an excuse for everybody else's behavior, because domestic violence happens in Wall Street, corporate America, politics. It happens all over. And sometimes we use sports athletes as an excuse for other things that are going on. But as long as people are willing to change, I want to welcome them in, I want to help them, and I want to support them. And you're saying this to a guy who lost his sister viciously. So if I could forgive, I know that, people can also forgive. We're a very forgiving country, and I know that we can help people in a lot of great ways.
Yeah.
God, that's so well said too. For me, I guess maybe the challenge would be the vehicle. Pardon the pun, I guess, for the event this Saturday, right? So if maybe gala is one way to get that message out, what are some other good ideas that you can think of? So like finding the impetus to be able to meet that person where they're at, right? So, you mentioned like the bike guys and stuff. I mean, what a great idea that is to sort of partner up, right? The jewelry, the buddy system. Moving forward, now, what are some other ideas that you have in mind to get this very critical message out to make that change?
Well, I want to make my services available, me, to be able to go in and speak. I think it really helps having because you hear this journey generally about women and women going out and speak. But if you heard the story from the beginning, and there's so many different things you can learn that you don't know. I had to go to my sister's company. She worked for a big finance company, pack up all her stuff, go back to her place and pack up her things, her clothes, the merchandise. You figure things out. There's a lot of things that people don't even think about that you don't know, just as what their wishes might be. So in putting this application and putting all these things together, my goal is to be able to share that with people so that we're prepared, we put things in place. Today I have a meeting with Bonnie Dumanis here in San Diego, and then later this evening I have a meeting with Shelley Zimmerman, San Diego Police Chief here in town. And these are dynamic women who are doing some great things in the city of San Diego. And so, it starts, again, like we were saying, I don't want to sound redundant on it, but one good person meeting one good person, affecting a change and creating a goal.
Absolutely. And, starting this powerful, positive snowball effect type movement. And, it's all about the awareness piece and empowering others to make a change and to make a difference. So thank you for doing that every day and for keeping the positive snowball rolling. It's awesome.
Thank you.
And a couple of the asks that Loran had called out specifically to Real Talk Radio and Stash Nation is perhaps even go to the event yourself, and you can learn more about how you can get a ticket, which are very affordable, by the way. They start, you said $100, right?
$100, right.
That's at nomoresilence.org.
Yes.
And then, if there's any corporate sponsors, right? You still got some room for some corporate sponsors for the
Yes.
event coming up this weekend. Perhaps, hey, ESPN Radio, we got a pretty wide reach here locally, anyway, in the county. There could be another celebrity that's listening right now.
Yeah.
Who could be wanting to maybe raise their hand, like Mark Kotze did, and see if they want to be a voice for the cause, too.
Well, you know what, and you can get celebrities to attend events if you're willing to pay a lot of money. And through this journey,
Right.
I would love to see people come out and support and lend their name just because it's the right thing to do. We don't have money to pay big celebrities and do all that stuff, and it's not about the money, but you know what? There's some great people out here, and if you can make it and you can attend and you can lend your name, if you want to be on the board, if you own a company and you can help out with silent auction items or live auction items, or if you want to volunteer your time, we just want to have good people around us and good people support what we're doing, and we welcome anybody and everybody that would come and help out.
And Loran, we feel so blessed, Jen and I, for having such a great person hanging out with us today and help moving this needle and maybe catching somebody and putting them a little bit closer to where it is that they want to be as a result of hearing your story, and then maybe even attending the event this Saturday, which, by the way, is No More Silence. NoMoreSilence.org by the CEO, Loran Kelley lll. And you can actually call him directly if you want to learn more information about how you might want to attend or maybe even be a corporate sponsor for the event or future ideas, for collaboration. That's at 619-804-3319. I'll give that number one more time. It's 619-804-3319. So coming up, gang, final thoughts with our man, Loran Kelley lll. This has been a cool show, hasn't it been, Jen?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's been
I'm
a
super
wonderful
fired up.
show.
Hopefully, we've left you a little better than we have finished so far. And then final thoughts coming up right after this. Real Talk Radio San Diego. We'll be right back.